What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of From the Ground Up with Jabari. And Jabari, this episode, we have no plans. We don't know. Listen, this is how we talk every episode. We sit here, even though it's, 6 episodes in, I think? Last week was 5, right?
I think so.
I think so, too.
I think.
I could be wrong.
Big thing. Well,
Maybe last
I
week was
think
4.
four. No,
Last
4.
week was 4.
Michael was 3. We didn't have nobody last week.
All right.
So,
Yeah. So this week will be 5, and that's it. We literally just sit here every week, and we're like, what do we talk about when it's just us?
Yeah.
And that's it.
Your dad was like, oh, y'all have it planned out and whatnot. No, there's no plan.
My dad messaged me, and he was like, it sounds like you'll have everything so planned out. And my dad literally listened to the episode when they go up like 12 a.m. So
One time.
Yeah, so he listened to it, and there was like an audio issue. And he listened to it, and he was like, something was wrong, and I couldn't hear Jabari. Well, not me, but the other Jabari.
Jabari.
Yeah, but we literally have no plans. We just sit here like, what are we going to talk about?
We just converse.
And we just sit here for like 5 to 10 minutes, and we just figure it out on the spot. And that's really how it goes. So that's about it. We'll get into this episode. The magazine, because I feel like we mentioned it slightly.
Yeah, but we really didn't go into detail about it.
Yeah, but we'll get into that also. John, who we mentioned.
hey, we missed last week.
We missed last week, and I think the week before with Michael.
Possibly.
Yeah, so we mentioned her like 2 podcasts in a row, and she was like, I feel like at this point I'm listening to it just for me. I mean, she said that's a joke, but I was like, I mean, I could mention your name. So I told her for the next 5 years, her name is secured, and I let that one down.
Yeah,
the week after. But I mean, she's
I
getting
think we mentioned it, but it was just as, oh yeah, we're gonna mention your name all the time now. But it wasn't like, hey, shout out to you.
But I definitely forgot the last 2 weeks, and I was like, something is missing. But so the shoot with Fashion Focus.
FF Magazine.
Yeah.
That's the only way I just remember.
When was the shoots? I can't remember.
December.
December of 2020.
Mm-hmm. I would check it, but my iPhone is dead. So
that shoot was cool. How that shoot even happened was I don't even know if I should go all the way back to then figure like how I met this person.
Once upon a time, not long ago.
So I knew this photographer. His name is Karen Riley. He's a great photographer and everything like that. I met him through Crystal, which is our friend that we know through church. And so she is a stylist. She would have introduced me to Karen Riley. Would have done a couple of shoots with him. And then he had to go to Amsterdam for December, I think, to see his family or whatever. But he has like a monthly thing that he does with Mikkels. So I ended up shooting for Mikkels for like 2 weeks or 3 weeks for their Christmas stuff. Well, Christmas stock that they wanted to post. And through there, I met a stylist called Renelle. And through her is how I ended up. She put my name forward to the chief of... It's chief and something. I always forget the rest of it. But she put me towards the chief of the magazine. She was like, there's this photographer, and she recommended me. And then that's how I ended up with the job, essentially, for Fashion Focus. And then through there, I think that's it. But the magazine is not out yet. And we're in February month.
No, we are in March, buddy.
Oh, really? True. We are in March. This is the 2nd of March that we're recording this.
Man, I was promised January.
True. We were promised January, but I was told that our copies were secure.
Oh,
so
really?
that's fine.
Wait, just your own?
Well, I was told one for sure. I don't know. Maybe I should have asked them, like, can I get 2?
That's fine.
I don't even know if I'll keep my own, but yeah. No, I'm just give it to my parents and be like,
Look what I did. I did a
this
thing.
is it.
I did a thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna retire now. And that's it.
Mama made it.
Yeah, but yeah, the shoot was cool. I think that kind of just goes to show how much you never know how much meeting
One
one
person
person
can
could like benefit you
propel
down the
you.
line. Because
Yeah.
if I didn't meet Karen, then I would not have been at Mickles to then meet Renelle, who would have put me forward to be not the magazine cover, but to be, a photographer of the magazine and stuff like that.
And you didn't
So
know
she would not
Renelle
have
from
put me
before.
forward to Kyron, which would not put me to the shoot that we did recently with Candy,
Yeah.
which is like crazy to think about how much people
A knock-on effect.
that I didn't even have to talk to. That just kind of just
Yeah.
it kind of just happened because one person mentioned me to somebody else.
And you didn't know her from before.
Renelle?
Yeah, Renelle. You didn't know Renelle.
Before
from.
when Mickles?
Yeah.
No, I met her
So
on
that
the
was
day.
basically your first impression.
My first impression of her.
No, it was
at
basically
Mickles.
the impression that you gave to her,
Mm-hmm.
sort of propelled her to.
Yeah, well, we would speak a little bit after that because honestly, the shoot was kind of funny with her being there. Like she would just say like, I don't want to say awkward things, but she would make jokes.
Just to
And
spice things
sometimes it
up
would
so
be like
it's
a,
not
like a
too.
little awkward, or it would be like very I don't want to say. I don't even know the word that I'm looking for. It's like,
Cringy, a bit.
not cringe,
cringy.
but like dark humor. She has dark humor, and it's funny to me. And she would say
Okay.
something that I'm like,
Okay, buddy.
all right.
That's a bit dark, but okay.
No, it's not even. It's like I know I'm the person to say those kinds of things, and the fact that she said it, I was like,
It's like
I was thinking it. I just didn't really
okay.
want to say it, And
Okay. Yeah.
but yeah, so she kind of led me on those little things. We also did a shoot with Damien, 2018, which is a model. Hoping to have him on at some point. I spoke to him about him coming on. He
And
was
he's
like,
down.
he was down.
Okay.
Yeah, but might have to just make a trip for that. I think he lives Grandy.
Oh.
Which is fine because we're mobile.
Yeah. We'll jump on the jet. No, we'll find our way down.
Jump on the jets. You have jet money.
Well, boy. Once the sponsorship starts coming in.
Yeah, we have our first sponsor today.
Your dad this time? Yes.
No.
You wouldn't say
I
so?
Was,
Man.
No. I was gonna write a script and make it sound all nice, but
Okay. Well, just throw it out there.
technically, if you really think about it, our official sponsor is Unorthodox Media.
Oh, that's
because
true.
They did sponsor us. The interface.
Some music.
They-
and some music.
Yeah. They did, Michael, who is the owner, did, I would say technically sponsored us a mic and an XLR cord for the time being, and the interface for everything to run,
and
and
and the music.
that our DJ Brandon is running. Yeah, so I would say officially that's our
Officially. Unofficially.
Officially, unofficially.
Yeah.
Let's say unofficially, because I don't want to get him in any drama. I don't know
It's
what
like,
his.
I heard you giving out sponsorship.
Yeah. I don't want to get him in any drama. So unofficially, we're calling him our sponsor for the little while until we have a paying sponsor. Even though he did pay us in equipment,
That's true.
technically, for the while.
True.
Until we get our.
No.
Not that we just took all this stuff and just started our podcast. We have our own stuff. We just
until a certain company
our
sorts
stuff,
out the
our
issues.
stuff reaches in the country. There was a whole issue, but a later episode for that. I genuinely forgot what we were talking about.
Fashion Focus magazine.
Yeah, there was that. I also wanted to talk about like feeling demotivated.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. How do you deal with like that? If
Feeling demotivated.
yeah, do you ever feel like that or no? Or is it just
Um,
like a me thing?
No, I think every human at some point in time just feels like, I'm just tired.
But when it comes to photography, have you felt that?
Photography, sometimes, to be honest, like, if I want to think of like a creative concept,
Mm-hmm.
I don't consider myself like someone to come up with a creative concept.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes I do feel like yo, I don't feel it to do anything. Or like I would start editing and I just wouldn't feel it.
Yeah.
And I'm just say like I don't like to edit when I'm not feeling it because when I do, I don't like I don't like it. Just like I don't
Mm-hmm.
like how it looks. I don't like how I feel. So, but to get over it, I take a little break from it.
Mm-hmm.
I think breaks are really really essential to sticking with your love. So it's one of the things, when you miss me, you go start to love me again. So
Mm-hmm.
I would like take breaks um from it, so I wouldn't be like every single time, oh yeah, I'm behind my computer or on my phone editing pictures or taking pictures. I think I need breaks. I need to do it in intervals. So
Yeah. I feel like for me, in the beginning, I was like, every day I wanted to be editing some kind of thing. I feel like I don't want to say I lost my passion, but as for right now, I don't push for it as much, even though I'll try
mm,
to talk to people behind the scenes and stuff like that.
yeah.
Um, right now, I don't want to say I feel like I'm stuck. I want to say there's a lack of motivation to reach out to people.
Mm,
I don't want to say, I feel like when I say I'm stuck, that
yeah.
sounds like I don't know why.
Okay.
Yeah. For me, I know the reason why. It's just I'm very nervous when it comes to reaching out to people and asking them for their money.
Mm,
I don't know, that idea is still kind of crazy to me.
yeah.
That is like
I too.
I have to be asking people for their money. That's technically when you really break it down. Even though I am offering a service,
Mm-hmm.
if I'm reaching out to a client, I technically am asking them for their money if they need a photographer at this current moment
Yeah.
or anything like that. And that's just how it feels. And I just feel kind of weird about that right now, even though, it
Yeah.
just has to happen for right now until there's a point where I
People
don't
are
need to be
just
doing it as
people
much
are
and
constantly coming to you.
unless people are coming to me. But
Mm.
I would say that's just how I am right now. But I definitely at one point I wanted to quit photography.
Yeah.
Um I can't remember when, but at one point I was just like I just want to sell everything and I'll just work an office job.
Yeah.
Take my money, save it, put it aside until I reach 65 or 60, whenever the retirement age is, and then just retire, buy a house or whatever with whatever money I have, and just manage my money well from 20 to 65, which is like what, 40 years.
Thereabout.
Yeah, that's just what I was. Well, I wasn't 20 at the time. I think it was before that, right?
Mm.
Um, but whatever time it was, just like I just kind of want to give up. Like, what is the point? And
Mm.
that was really it.
I mean,
Yeah.
I too have sort of, developing a whole business. I'm like, when I start and like I'm doing the planning processes behind it, I'm just here like, do I really want to go after this? Like, yo, why don't I just, I can kick my feet up, go apply for some jobs and then get a 9 to 5 or 8 to 4
Mm-hmm.
and just relax myself and just climb the corporate ladder and wherever I reach. But then I'm like, I really don't want to slave for nobody, to be honest.
Mm-hmm. I don't even think I don't even think it was just me not wanting to do photography. I think it was more about I wanted to do other things,
Mm.
and I just felt like photography was,
Not the way to go, so to say.
yeah, for like a little while. I think it was probably because I was hearing it from people or kind of heard it like you need to get like a 9 to 5, get something secure,
Yeah.
and
Use that to
and
funnel.
then use that into and I was like, and nothing was really happening like photography wise. I was just like, maybe I should just quit and then do that until
Yeah.
I could afford to. That was what I was thinking about, but in the long run, I was like, it's not making sense if I stop now. Then the year and something or how many ever time that I would have put into it would have amounted to nothing if I just quit there. So
Mm.
I think it was just for me to learn how to redirect myself
Mm-hmm.
and just change my approach to things, and then from there, kind of find out about getting clients. My main thing is just networking with people. That's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
I feel like I know a lot of photographers, which is
Mm-hmm.
fine, but it's not really
Contributing to
as
anything in a
yeah, it's not
sense.
as helpful, I would say, as if I were to just know like a average person on the street or like somebody who works in some kind of corporation,
Yeah.
because a photographer is they
Someone in your same lane, so to say.
yeah, but it's like they can't really do anything for me unless they refer me a job,
Yeah.
which I mean most of the time they would be trying to get their own jobs as well too. So it's gonna be it's not like I don't know any photographer that's like overbooked to the point where it's like oh they need to
Like,
be
yo,
referring jobs to somebody else.
I can't take you right now. I know somebody else who can
Yeah,
take
I
you.
don't know anybody like that right now personally.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I just feel like me knowing a bunch of photographers, it's good. The conversation is good and everything like that. We could talk about new things that come out, but
You know.
it's better to know like regular everyday people,
Yeah.
or even corporate people as well, to just trying to network like that, because that's where the I
Those
guess the
are
money would be.
yeah. You
Yeah,
can
because I don't really know of a photographer that needs photography. Um, that can't do it themselves, because
yeah. They're
most
in
of
the
the
field.
time,
They're in the
yeah,
field.
they would know to take self portraits if they need that or whatever
Yeah.
or something like that. So, um, my biggest thing right now is just networking with people and just trying to get my name out there.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I think that's it there. Um,
So for the magazine, right?
mhm,
You obviously showed that the of um of networking. Yeah,
mhm,
the true. I think that showed the true strength of networking, and I see it as my biggest my Achilles heel. You know, I I don't know. I feel like, as you mentioned, it sometimes feels like, you're kind of asking people for their money,
yeah,
which is, I kind of find it weird. Like, the only time that I would really reach out to someone is like if I have like a concept for myself to shoot.
mhm,
I'll be like, hey, I have this idea, and I might send them a picture of the idea. You down? Yes, no, maybe not. But that's about it. But in terms of like, hi, you need somebody to do some shoots for you? Yes, no.
yeah.
I
Is very weird. Like I don't know. When I do it, it's not as bad as I think it is.
mm-hmm.
But just I don't know, just the idea of reaching out to people online. Like if I meet you somewhere, like at an event, and we just happen to talk and stuff
And
like
it's
that,
just like, oh,
it's a lot
I have some
easier.
stuff to do. You mind coming on?
Yeah, if it's like even if I just ask like even if I just meet you somewhere at some kind of event or some kind of gathering,
Mm-hmm.
I could be like, oh yeah, I'm a photographer. If ever need any work, that is a lot easier than me just being like the first conversation we have.
It's like,
Cause I
hey,
just kind of like want to get straight to it. I don't want to beat around the bush and be like,
yeah, be that fake
"Hey, how
person. It's
you
just like, hi,
going?"
how you going? How your
Um,
kids? How your family?
yeah.
So
I
by the
just kind of
way,
want to get straight to it and be like, so
yo, you have
if you ever
anything
need anybody with
to shoot?
anything,
Yeah.
just could let me know. I'll hook you up with a little deal or whatever
Okay.
or something like that. Or if you could refer me to somebody else that might know,
Mm.
if you could point me in the right direction, that would be great. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's just a lot difficult. Did I just say a lot difficult?
It's much more difficult, I
It's
think.
much more difficult because meeting people online, I like I could see your face and like
Yeah.
through your pictures, but I just don't. It's just a very weird interaction for me
Mm-hmm.
talking to people online and getting to meet people online.
Yeah.
Um, and that's the main thing.
And I think the power of networking also ties down to our topics from last week, where we were saying that your name is your brand. Where
Yeah.
I think if you had a particular attitude when you were shooting at Mickles, it would have negatively contributed to your ability to be able to shoot for Fashion Focus.
Mm-hmm.
Would you agree? Yeah, I think it's
I don't think I know the question that you're
okay.
asking.
Do you think if you had a particular attitude when you were shooting for
Like a
Mickles,
bad attitude?
yeah, that
Uh-huh.
it would have negatively impacted um what was her name?
Renell?
Renel's opinion of you, and then
Yes. And I don't know. I want to say yes and no.
mm-hmm.
I feel like there's some photographers where they
They had the worst attitude, but somehow they're still getting.
um, not that I know anybody like this.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing, but I feel like somewhere in the
Somewhere,
world,
somewhere,
they
someone,
may not have the best attitude, or they might be having a bad day, but their
but
work
their
is
work
really good.
offsets that issue.
I was watching this documentary with you know who Max Joseph is?
Mm-mm.
I
Not
think
at all.
Max Joseph is the guy who recorded Catfish.
Okay.
Not you know who Neve, right?
Oh, and yeah,
Neve is the
silver hair, I
main
think.
guy, right?
Silver hair, yeah,
Max is the guy who recorded it, who's always with him.
yeah.
And he was going around talking to famous directors and asking what makes a great director.
Mm-hmm.
And he kind of came to the conclusion that they always have some kind of bad attitude about them.
Okay.
Like
A bossy
no,
kind of, you
yes,
can't
like
talk
no
to me.
kind of friend thing. They came here to do work. We gonna do work. If you want to talk, we'll talk after the shoot.
Afterwards. Okay, yeah.
Because he was talking to this one specifically. He was like, just go there on the first day, fire somebody.
Jeez.
And he was just like, it's like what? It's like, what do you mean?
Business
He's
is
like,
business, and
just go there
friendship could come
and just-
afterwards.
He was like, he was, I don't know if they told Max to go there or if the person who was giving him the information told him to do this,
mm-hmm.
right? Meaning like the third party. But they got the information of just go there on the first day and just fire somebody. And that will set the tone of like, we're here to do work.
Yeah.
We could talk and be friends after. Like, we're not here on no body thing. We come here to get our
Business.
paychecks.
Business
and get
is business.
done.
We're not mixing
And we'll
business with
talk
pleasure.
and do all of that laughing thing after. Not saying that you can't have fun on set.
Yeah, but
But,
once
you
your
know,
work is finished,
You
then
come here to do work.
yeah.
But and they always like very direct and like it might come off very, it might rub it the wrong
Abrasive,
way.
Yeah.
But just know that we come here to do work. I feel like if I had that kind of attitude, and my work is good, I feel like I
think it wouldn't have
might be
affected it
able
that
to
much.
get away with it
Mm-hmm.
to a point.
To a point.
Once
okay.
I'm not disrespecting people, but I'm very direct about what I want. This is what I want to do and stuff like that. I feel like that is fine. And I say I'm going to fire anybody because I didn't really have
Anybody to fire?
anybody to fire. But
Yeah.
nah, I that's all I can think about. But you know, our interaction was good. We talked a lot. I think I spent a lot longer time than I was meant to spend because that was honestly I think my first time shooting in a studio.
Uh-huh.
I want to say officially / unofficially because
It was at
it was just the
warehouse?
Mickles head office, but they had like a
Uh-huh.
studio setup. Like they had
Okay.
backdrop and lights. Everything was just there in the
Okay.
office, so I just used that. So it was officially / unofficially the first studio.
Okay.
But yeah, I think what was the question? I feel like I talked
If
and then I
you-
forgot.
If your if your attitude, if it was a negative
If it
one,
would have affected it.
yeah.
Um
But so yes, but
I would say yes.
Okay.
But I can't say how everything would have played out
yeah,
because I didn't know the magazine would have played out
you know
in the way that it did because
Yeah.
of us. So it might
what
have
what they call it. I think is logical consistency, where not if you change one thing doesn't necessarily mean that
everything else would line
what-
up like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things, sort of like how, basically, like, you know how some people speak about, let's say white rappers, if we take white rappers out of the game,
Uh-huh.
then it would make more spaces for black people.
I don't think so.
That's what I'm saying, logical.
Yeah.
So it's like one of those things where, okay, take for instance Eminem. If we remove Eminem, right, that doesn't mean 50 Cent would instantly take
Be
Eminem's
popular.
spot. Yeah. And then also you have to think about 50 Cent came up because of Eminem and Dr. Dre.
Yeah.
So then it wouldn't have, not necessarily that it wouldn't have any 50 Cent,
Yeah.
but he may not have been the person that he is today. So
Yeah.
it's sort of the same thing where maybe attitude, she was like, all right, I know someone he's about the business. We can,
Didn't they say that he treated it like a regular job though?
who
Eminem.
what,
About his rapping.
I don't know.
I don't know. I just found that interesting. I think Akon was talking about it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Does Akon and Eminem have a song together? Do you
Yeah,
know?
smack that.
Right.
Yeah.
I think it was that song. He was talking about how that song came about, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Akon was getting his verse done, and
Yeah.
Eminem was getting his verse done,
Yeah.
right? And at one point, so like Akon said, be at the studio for 9.
Yeah.
He got there for 9,
Oh yeah.
right? Took an hour lunch when it's lunchtime, like actually like when it was 12, took an hour lunch, came back at 1, did his thing until 5, right? Akon was like, what you doing? It's just wrap up the verse and we'll
Head out. Yeah.
and we'll head out. He was like, no, I treat it like a 9 to 5. Don't give it more than what it is.
Yeah.
And he left at 5 and came back 9 in the
next
morning to finish his verse. And it literally was going to take like 15, 30 minutes to
That's
just finish it.
funny.
And he was like that was his story. He was like, he doesn't treat it more than what it is. Like literally
Yeah,
9 to
okay.
5, just work.
Yeah.
And anything after, just have fun. Like don't
Okay.
treat it more than what. And I mean,
yeah.
it worked out, but it's just like how he viewed it like a
How he
literal
approached it.
job.
Yeah.
From 9 to 5, I'm
Yeah.
working. This is what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Don't bother
This is
me.
my
Don't do
job,
anything
yeah.
else
I get
until
you.
after that we could have fun. We could do whatever.
Okay.
Because I know rappers go on to like. I saw
3
a
in the
post of people
morning.
saying like, "Oh yeah, at the
3
studio,
3 in the morning, studio sesh, etc.
studio late night session."
Jesus.
I'm like,
Yo,
I feel like that's unnecessary.
I
You
feel like
should
a
be
lot
sleeping.
of creative people, this late night thing, I don't know what it is.
Nah,
like-
I go to bed early, for sure.
Yeah.
I can't do it.
No, but I'm sure you know people are just like, yeah, all night
No,
grind.
everybody I know is old.
Serious?
Yeah.
Man, I've seen so many people be like, oh yeah, up 5 o'clock in the morning, still trying to
I
knock
don't even
this
know
out.
if they be up early. The one I know that's up early, it's Kareen.
Mhm.
That's because she works as well too.
Mhm.
Or like she has like a proper 8 to 4 job, so she has to
Okay.
be up early.
Mhm.
I was thinking of also Saf, but then she goes to bed early too. Cause like when we would like on a Friday we'd play
Games night.
with the group. That girl is out like 11, 12. She's out of it. She's yeah.
Leave me
But
alone. I'm going
I
in
don't
my
really
bed.
know much people that are up late. I would
Working.
say
Okay.
just doing work like that. I mean, it's great for you if you could do it, but I personally can't.
Yeah, by 12, 1 o'clock. I mean.
Yeah, that's my time to sleep, and then you could see me 6 in the morning or 7 in the morning sometimes.
For me, being honest, like sleeping early, I think I have an issue. I don't really sleep early these days. I don't know if, because remember I used to do Dragon Boat, and dude, I used to by 9 o'clock. I would get my work done 9 o'clock. I go in my bed and I would wake up for like 3, 4 in the morning. 3, 4 in the morning to continue.
Mhm.
But like nowadays, I don't know if it's because I have excess energy. A brother can't find sleep. Like I might sleep for like 10, 15 minutes and then I'll get back up
Is another nap?
throughout the night.
Is another nap?
Boy, it's just a series of naps is what my sleep has become to these days. So if anyone has any tips, I'm open. But that's me. But even at those times, I wouldn't say, yeah, let me go and edit these pictures. I won't.
What is your idea on asking people to recommend topics for us to talk about?
I'm open to it once it's not far left field. It's one of those things where I can't give advice or speak on topics that
me either. Once it's something that
don't
we
know.
could talk about for sure. I don't mind it.
Yeah, so same thing for like
Yeah.
Devo. I'm open to topics, but I can't.
What is your thought on our giveaway? What is this, episode 5?
Yeah,
Yeah. What is your thought on our giveaway? Not this one.
yeah.
But, you know, like something simple.
I'm down.
Like at some point I feel like that would be something cool to do.
A little gift card here
Like,
and there, and some other stuff.
Yeah,
So
or like if you maybe if you reshare, like when we post stuff, like
Yeah.
you reshare you listening to it,
Mm-hmm.
or maybe like the first person to, like we say, like a key phrase
Yeah.
in the podcast, like at a random time,
When you hear
right?
this sound, and
Yeah,
you
yeah, and we'll just be like, this is the word, message either of us,
yeah.
and we'll send you like $50 or $100 or something like that. Like
Yeah,
something
yeah,
very
yeah. Something
small
to
and basic,
interact.
but something like just, you know,
Yeah, I
just to
understand. Just to interact with the
interact.
community.
Yeah, I feel like the resharing thing might be better though.
TV show. Yeah, I
As it
think so
comes
too.
to
Either
our
a
head
post.
of marketing would tell us.
Yeah. But it has to be from the official
Yeah,
Instagram
yeah,
page,
yeah, yeah.
okay? Make sure
Yeah,
to
yeah,
tag
yeah.
that.
I
Don't tag
just
us.
yeah, I'm now getting a message from the head of marketing. I think it might be better to do like a reshare of what you're listening to.
Yeah.
Just to show people like, oh yeah, so that they follow us,
Yeah.
I guess. I don't know. Just something
Something.
like that. I just like
I'm
the
down for it.
idea of giving back
Yeah,
something.
I'm down. Like, yo, but someone was like, they shared it to their friends and they was like, oh, hold on, you may sit down and listen to it. No, it's not to sit down and listen to. Yo,
It's up to you though.
yeah,
Nobody's
exactly.
forcing
It's
you.
not like we have a gun to your head saying
Listen
this
to the
hour and a half,
podcast
this hour and a half.
or
Yeah,
else your family gon' die.
they gonna get it.
Bow bow.
But no, it's yo. If you want to listen to the whole thing, sure. If you want to listen
We
to 5
appreciate it.
seconds,
If you
the
listen
fact
to-
that you click it, thanks.
I appreciate it.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't mind giving. I'm down.
Yeah,
More
I
interacting.
just had the idea. I don't know. I just feel like it's always a great idea to you
Share,
know
share.
to
If you want to share, give back.
give back, share. Like I don't know,
Whatever you want to
just
call
to
it.
keep things interactive and fun.
Yeah.
And like you never know who you could end up talking to from that.
True. That is
You know,
also
I
true.
just feel like it's like a fun thing. Like you get to interact with somebody and you get to, you know,
Yeah, it's not
Like-
just us talking to each other
yeah,
and people just kind of on the sidelines of a conversation.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's literally how it feels. Kind of like
We just talking.
yeah, and then people are just kind of like listening to it on the sidelines.
Look at these dudes.
Yeah, like I literally just imagine a stadium
Yeah.
with like 11 people. I think
Mhm.
the last one that we did got like 11 listens or something like that. I don't know
Shout out
overall,
to the
but
11 of you.
11 through whatever Spotify, Apple, and whatever,
Mhm.
and then YouTube was like I don't know, probably
A
like an
different
next 10 or
amount.
11.
Yeah.
But I just imagine like a stadium, and then like when we speak, like we come in the stadium, one or two people will show up, and then later on more people just showing up, and that will be the listeners, and the stadium is slowly filling up, and it's just kind of
Yeah.
like, but we can't see them.
Okay.
It's not like
yeah,
we're in a
yeah,
box.
yeah.
And we
Well,
can't
it's
see
one of
them,
those
but
things
the
where when
stadium
you're on the
is slowly-
stage and those lights hitting you,
yeah,
all you
and
just see is
can't
a
see the
black
crowd.
hole. It's just a
It's
black
just
hole.
like I know there's people there, but I don't know
Yeah.
who they are really.
Yeah. Okay. So it has 16 views now, and we have 13 subscribers. I've actually now subscribed to our own thing, but
Which one has 16 views? The YouTube video?
the YouTube video for last week.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
But I think the ones with Michael and the first initial one got
boy.
the most.
Michael running on 32 right now.
Yeah,
And the first one is on
Michael was
TT.
on something. I don't
Yeah,
know
boy.
what was the title of it, because
Mark is in a business without the use of social media.
I think that might be it, right?
Yeah.
Because we were meant, because honestly I am the one that does the editing for the audio. Jabari does the YouTube stuff,
Yeah.
but we kind of brainstorm on coming up with a title,
Yeah.
and we literally missed out on having the title owing the
Yeah,
government $500,000. That would have been a great title. I was just
Yeah.
like, it's up. I don't want to change it now and just
Yeah.
just leave it there. But it would have been a great title, because I literally just forgot that we spoke about that for
yeah.
like a minute or two. But yeah, that was it.
So
Yeah,
ever since the parable,
the parable,
yeah, boy,
the paragraph,
the paracetamol,
paracetamol. Ever
whatever
since
you
it-
want to call it, ever since it begun, negative or positive impact, or none of the above. It's neither here nor there for you, business wise, motivational wise, the like.
Business wise, I would say things got kind of weird where people, well, one, you couldn't leave the house
Mm-hmm.
at one point, and then
Yeah, for the, what, first 2 or 3 months?
yeah, and then at a certain point there was things were open, but people were still kind of scared to leave the house,
Yeah.
and so it was just hard for me to reach out to people. Like, I can't plan a shoot without,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
People
being there
showing up.
face to face in person.
Mm-hmm.
And I hate those FaceTime shoots. Those, you know what I'm talking
FaceTime
about?
shoot, no.
There was a big trend of like photographers doing FaceTime shoots, not locally, but just internationally.
Yeah, that threw me for a loop. I don't know what.
So essentially, what it
Yeah.
is
Okay.
the model setting up their camera and the model doing poses, and the photographer is screenshotting and then
No.
editing the image. I
Oh
was just like,
man.
if I'm like, this literally, this is Tigani saying you literally just click a button, way too literal when you think about it, because the model is literally doing everything. They're setting up the phone, they're getting the lighting. Even if you instruct some poses, you know,
But,
you
but
literally
you're on a call though.
just
You're on a call though.
clicking the button. I just found that funny to me. I was like, why are people? I was like, why is this? Why is this a thing? I didn't understand
I mean,
it.
it's an idea. It's an
No,
idea.
it's an idea where like I just felt like it should not have been a thing like as big as it was.
Yeah. I didn't
Yeah,
even hear about
but
that.
yeah. So meeting people was the hardest thing. Obviously money went down. Not to say I was making a ton of money in the first place, but you know it
It
still
had
went.
it had an
It
impact.
had an impact for sure. I'm trying to pick back up things now. That's why I'm trying to like. I wanna put a hand in the. I don't wanna put a bunch of different hands in different things. I wanna put like a hand in things that I could that I could control, like photography,
Mm-hmm.
um, making clothing and graphic design.
Mm-hmm.
Those are things that I could control. So I would rather do that. And you know, the photography is failing. Well, not failing, but you know, not as consistent as I would like it to be. I
You
could pick
can
up and
boost on
you
another
know,
thing.
there would be other things that would be going on that I could occupy my time with.
Yeah.
Or even if I don't feel as motivated when it comes to photography, I'm generally more
Mm-hmm.
motivated in other areas like designing clothing and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, since the parable started, there definitely was a big impact negatively. I know a lot of people they boomed
Yeah.
since quarantine, and that's great for them, but it's just for me to learn from it and really like buckle down and double down on um on what I'm doing. I saw a jersey that said oh gosh, and I can't stop thinking about it. I think it was like a skull, like a skeleton
Yeah.
with like a shovel,
Okay.
and it was like a casino theme kind of design, right? And it
Mm-hmm.
was like the only way to get out is to dig deeper.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like in the casino,
Yeah. You double
even though you're
down.
down in money,
Yeah.
the only way to get out is to actually dig deeper, like to put more money into, then boost that money
Yeah.
up.
Hopefully at
So
25 could turn
hopefully,
into a million.
yeah.
Hopefully
So
at 25 turn
hopefully,
into a million.
hopefully,
Yeah.
you know, you might be down a little, 25,000, but you had to dig a little deeper.
And hope somehow.
Hopefully, you break even. But yeah, I don't think I did that. I don't think I dug deep enough to like you know, buckling down and being like a affirmative on,
Mm-hmm.
or even just reaching out to people. I feel like that was the best time to reach out to people,
Mm-hmm.
because people would literally always be on their phones.
Yeah.
So even if I could get some products sent to me, or even if I could just do something just like product photography, would have been a good idea for me
Mm-hmm.
to get into, like stuff like that. Even if it's just a build relationship and get like small money,
Yeah.
that would have been fine. My mentality was always kind of like people would reach out to me,
Mm-hmm.
you know, which is not the case, because nobody know me from anywhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's kind of like I have to go out and
do it on
hunt
your
and
own.
as desperate
Yeah.
as I might look, that's fine because there will be a point where I don't really
It's
have
like,
to
oh
be
yeah, I
doing
remember
it
this guy.
as much. That was really my outlook on it. I was kind of like, people, you have to come to me like there's no other option. I don't know how to explain it like any better than that. It
Well,
wasn't exactly
you
like
sort
that,
of
but it was just
turn
that
into
was
the
just the
go-to
best that I
guy,
could
sort of.
explain it for the while. It's just like oh yeah, people would come to me when they're ready. Like, I know people like going through their little tough times right now,
Yeah.
trying to manage their money, but people will come to me and
It sort of turn into the go-to guy where it's just you're
yeah,
like,
that was not the case. So
mm,
my main thing right now was just trying to if I could get monthly clients, that is also great. But I'm also trying to reach out to other clients as well too, and just trying to get work and even if it's just to get that relationship there. Uh yeah, but there's a bunch of different like things photography wise that I'm trying to do
mm-hmm.
more than just portraits and fashion.
Yeah.
Um yeah, so that's it. That's what I would say. Like there obviously was the a negative impact, but um it was would say that I learned a lot more.
Yeah. Um,
Yeah.
I was talking to the girl from in Tobago, and she was asking me, she was like, so is it only portraits that you do, or have you like tried other things? I'm like, no, I have other stuff, and that's why I've been like, my Instagram right now is every other post is a portrait, and then every other post um is an architectural picture. But I was telling her like, I have nature shots, I have landscapes, I have animals, I have portraits, I have architecture.
Well,
I've been
I I kind of post things that I want to be hired for.
yeah, I got you.
Um, that's mainly why I just post portraits and stuff like that. Um,
Well,
yeah,
well, for me, I don't mind doing. I'm not taking it as serious as you.
mm-hmm.
I'm sort of doing instead of I always have some people who just using the wheel. It have some who's trying to reinvent the wheel.
Yeah,
I'm just here like I provide the brakes, I provide the suspension, sure. So take for instance like I don't mind doing the photography thing, but I would rather build a studio and provide a space where photographers can come
yeah,
and use that as my business.
yeah. So that's why I wanted to. I also wanted to quit photography to get into managing people,
Mm-hmm.
but because I know a lot of photographers, cause like,
Yeah.
and I know that I've spoken to them, and they've also said like I have trouble pricing,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like,
So some kind of consultancy sort
yeah.
of
So I
thing.
was just saying like I would handle you. You just get the client to talk to me.
Yeah.
I will get you the job,
Yeah.
and then you just show up,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
and the money will be there.
Yeah. So that's why.
That is what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
So
So
that's
that's
why
why
at one point I was kind of
I
like, I just wanted to quit because of this reason. Like I wanted to just manage people, but I also realized that I need to
make a
network
name for
first.
yourself. Yeah.
So when I know those people, so if I want to manage people,
Yeah.
I could also be like, oh yeah, I know this person. Boom. So that's why right now, if anybody asks me for if they like somebody asked me if I could do video editing or something like that or like video production. I was like, yeah. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
And I was like, I literally don't like to do it. I don't like video editing at all. But I know Michael
Yeah.
and I know he can edit and stuff like that. And I know other people as well too. So it's just like I'm taking literally everybody.
It's basically
Even though I may not be doing it, I'm doing it with people that I could trust. And even if I put my name on, I would guess the forefront,
yeah.
I have a level
It's
of
like,
trust
yeah.
where I know they're not going to mess up or do something bad to the point where it makes my company look bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I get you. I get you. Because I see everyone using the wheel. I see a lot of people trying to reinvent the wheel. I'm just here like, I'll just go a little deeper than just the wheel.
Yeah, I
You know.
think giving this space is a good idea.
Yes, but I'm really trying to get the gears turning with the studio. I need to get a job to offset the cost.
Yeah.
But
I mean, it could literally just be something simple. Once you could get like a light
yeah,
and
I trying to work on one light, this a stand and one of the umbrellas. Is it umbrellas?
the softbox,
Yeah, softbox. Yeah,
a light, a softbox,
and a stand
a trigger.
and the trigger. I'm trying to work on those four things right now, but
It's like four or
so
five because you would need the paper and the other thing
yeah,
as
four or
well
five.
too.
Yeah, but it's in total it's like $2,000-3,000. But
Yeah,
that's one paycheck. But I just need to get a job.
yeah, that's it.
I need to get a
But as soon
job.
as I just know that I first, I told myself if I get a job, those first couple of checks,
Yeah, straight into
straight, I'm just gonna be buying things
yeah.
like just for the business, putting that straight back into the business and just seeing
What I
how
can
that
do.
goes because there's the spare room there
Yeah, yeah. So
um
even if,
in the
dude,
house.
I'm telling you, summer, two things. I want to get a job, and I want to visit Tobago, maybe for just a weekend. I don't know. I need to
Is it
experience
weird that I don't see the hype?
and going to Tobago.
I don't want to say.
No,
I don't.
okay.
I don't want to get into it. I might say something very
No, for
that
me,
people are like.
I can't
But
see the same space for too long.
I'll explain why I think like that.
Okay.
But I'll let you finish first.
Yeah, me personally, I can't see the same space for too long. That's why I like traveling. And Tobago is right there, and it's an escape. Like even if I have to go for a day, it's a break from just seeing Trinidad all the time. Or like if I have
Yeah.
to go like in the bush in Trinidad,
Mhm.
fine. But maybe Tobago. As I say, if I can get across to Tobago for just maybe a day or two, just to reset,
Mhm.
I would do that. So for this summer, hopefully I can get a job or an internship, something to start paying for maybe one light and well the same stuff that we are just discussing, and maybe a weekend in Tobago. I don't know how that's gonna work out at all, but so something must work. Something must work. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Um. I. I right now.
Mm.
I don't see the hype with traveling in general.
Mm.
Wow, shocker. But the reason is that my parents never traveled.
Mm. So it's not
Like
like
I
it's not
I
like something
didn't
you're
grow
missing.
up with seeing people travel a lot,
Mm.
so I didn't really see
The hype.
the hype in it
Yeah.
because my parents didn't travel. So it's like I would hear people talk about, oh, they went this place and it was so beautiful, and I'm like,
Okay. And.
okay, and how am I I could watch pictures whole day,
Mm.
but I feel like I need to experience. I'm very much down to travel at any point and go wherever,
Yeah.
but you know,
It's not like
I personally right now
yeah.
don't see the hype in it. I've been to Tobago with my. I've seen the only place that I've seen my parents go was my dad who went to. I think it was Malta.
Mm.
Is it Malta where they speak Spanish?
It can be possible. I think so.
I
I
think
think
so.
Malta. It's a European country, and it's either Spanish, French, or Greek. Greek is a language.
I think my dad went to Malta, and
Mm.
my mom went to Grenada, but my mom went to Grenada within the last 5 or 6 years.
Uh-huh.
But other than that, I don't really know them to travel like that. Obviously, we would have went to Tobago because I feel like every Trinidadian needs to go to Tobago
They
at some
speak
point, even though
Maltese.
people haven't. But, other than just those two places, I don't really, they're not like big on traveling and they don't really push to travel. So it just never really took me like that.
They
But
speak Maltese or and English.
I don't know. It was a Spanish speaking country. So it may not have been Malta. I
Mm-hmm.
could be wrong. I'll ask him and make sure and confirm.
But it is in the Mediterranean Sea.
Also,
Sea.
confirmation from last week.
Mm-hmm.
I spoke to Mike and he was like, it was $500,000 that his friend did owe to the government.
Jeez, you web.
Yeah. So yeah, he messaged me later and I was like, yeah, it was 500,000. I was like, huh? I was like, what are you talking about? Because we were
Peanut.
talking about something else.
Oh,
And I was
he
like,
remembered.
he just said it and I was like, huh? Oh, okay, right. I was like, all right, that
Yeah.
makes sense. But yeah, that's why I'm not like
Big on traveling.
big on traveling because of that, my parents. But
But I'm on the flip side.
well, yeah, your dad travels a lot.
Yeah, and I
He can
went
literally get a flight at the snap of a finger.
and I wouldn't say I've traveled a lot. I've traveled enough, but it's something that I
I've been to
love.
Tobago.
It's
That's it.
something I love to do, and when I do, I'm one for
You know what I
experiences.
realize? People who don't like to travel
Uh-huh.
always end up traveling the
Most
most. I
yeah.
never like my friend. Her mom is a doctor or a surgeon, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she just ends up in a bunch of conferences speaking,
Yeah.
and she hates to travel. She's
Yeah.
kind of not that she hates to travel, but like her mom, she's traveling like it's whatever.
Yeah.
Like her mother would be like, "Oh, I go in this place for a conference, right?" And she'd be like, "Okay,"
Yeah, that remind me of the first time my dad said
and I was like, "Huh?"
when my mom told me like my dad was going to Australia, and I'm just here like, he's going where?
It sounds like a
How?
big deal, but to them it's just like a
Yeah.
yeah, it's
Eh.
just a part of the job. It's
When I
like
asked this man, so how y'all going? He's just like, oh, from Trinidad to England, and then we're gonna lay over in England, and then we're going to go to Dubai afterwards, and then from Dubai, after being there,
yeah,
we're gonna go to Australia. I just hear like, yo, you hear these places?
and you just say normal.
Normal. And these people had the audacity when they were coming back. They came up from Australia, went to Dubai again. Then from Dubai, they went to England, spent a couple of days in England, came down to Barbados, was there for a little while, and then came to. I'm just here like, wow, what a life
It
you
might
all live.
actually be more stress, huh?
I wouldn't.
For the amount of places that people. I feel like traveling is only really fun when you get to one specific place.
I would assume so.
And then other than that, it's kind of like,
I've just been like hopping,
I don't
and
know.
I know it takes up a lot of energy to be
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
because like the most I've done is like to Connecticut, to be honest.
Yeah.
But in total, it's like an 8 to 10 hour journey.
Yeah, I mean, I would like to travel, but I know that
After
being on a plane
for
for 6 7 hours, I'm going to want to sleep after. I'm gonna touch the airport
dude,
and be like, yeah, I'm gonna take a nap.
dude, I
I'll check you back in 4 5 hours, and then I'll take a car to the hotel.
um when I do go to Connecticut, because it's a 5 maybe 5.5 hour plane ride, and then a next half an hour in immigration and customs, and then there's a 3 hour plus drive. Man, that day that we land, I just want to sleep. Like that jet lag is hit different.
Oh yeah.
And then when we
I
come
would
back,
like to pay for my parents to travel though. I
mm,
can't travel anywhere with my dad though. For
I
the simple reason of his hair. We
oh
literally went to Tobago and they had to pat him down, and it was like bruh.
sir, please step to the side. You have been
No,
chosen
like
for a random
literally,
spot. Stop and search.
the little hallway
Mm-hmm.
before you get into the plane. So after
Yeah, the
you
bridge. Yeah.
the bridge. I don't know
Well,
what you
no,
just
sorry,
call
the
it.
gate. The
I
gate.
don't know
Yeah.
what you just call it, but after you
Gate.
hand up your little thing and you literally could see the plane
Yeah.
and you're on the bridge. I
Well,
just saw a
they
guy
call it
was
the
like,
gate. They call it the
so step
gate.
aside from
I
me for a
called
second.
it
I
the
was
wrong
like,
thing.
what is going on? I'm like I'm like, this is how we go down,
It's
boy.
like,
I was like, I didn't
man,
even reach
I
Tobago
can't do
yet.
this.
You're
I
looking
can't
to
do
get
this.
arrested. I was like, Jesus, nature. I was like, I just can't go anywhere with him right now.
Okay.
Until he cuts it. Then after,
We go organize.
I'll think about it if I could
Okay,
afford
okay.
it.
It's like, you're not traveling with us. No, I'll meet you all there.
I'll meet you. You go handle yourself. So I just
Um,
kind of like walked. I was like, this is
my
embarrassing.
family did that once, where we had to split up. We
Mm.
were going to Florida. My mom and my brother wasn't able to come up at the same time with us, so my dad organized for them to come up. I think it was like 2 or 3 days afterwards.
Okay.
And I don't know when half of the family up in one place and then the other half of the family. Like if it's me by myself, I ain't really thinking about it, to be very honest. But
Mm.
like when it's like half of the family is here and then the other half is like, oh yeah, they're coming up afterwards. It's sort of weird because it's just like, what I miss. And then you just had to
Yeah.
kind of run through everything. And then, in my opinion, I'm just here like, you didn't really experience it. So I really feel like talking about it afterwards. Because like, it's the
Yeah.
same thing like when I go on a trip and I come back and people's like, how was the trip? I'm like, say like, I'll tell you, but people might be thinking I'm telling it so dry.
I hate that. How was the trip thing?
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like you telling me, unless it's like a crazy story,
It's like, if you see the
you
crackhead
telling me
behavior
what
that I
happened
see.
doesn't really do me anything.
Yeah.
It's kind of like You reach back safe. You got stuff. Cool. That's all I really care about.
Yeah.
Unless it's like a crazy story where you went to Europe and there was a problem getting the train. You hop on the train. You forget your child at the what's it called it? The station. So you have to go back, find your child and lost and found.
That reminds me. I was
Like I only want to hear crazy stories. I don't want to hear, oh, we just did this. I'm like, I could just go on YouTube and watch somebody do that same thing.
Yeah.
I don't really need.
That reminds me.
Like, it's cool that
I
you
was
did
planning.
it, but I don't really
Yeah.
care as much. I want to hear crazy stories.
But I was planning a trip, and I was talking to my dad, and one of the flights,
Like, I want to hear like a late
yeah.
to a flight. Like, you just come off a
Yeah,
flight and you have
so-
to run across the airport.
So if I was
That
to
is
go
what I
to the
want to hear.
place, if I had chosen that flight, it would have been like, Trinidad, to JFK.
Mhm.
Then I would have to transfer from JFK to Newark airport, and then from Newark it would have been a flight to Paris, one of the airports in Paris. Then I would have to travel across Paris by train, bus, car, something.
That just sound like
and
so
the-
much work.
And my dad was like, "Not a chance. It might be cheaper, but not a chance." That's how you get stuck in places. That's how you get stuck in places, and then paying to come outside, and I'm just here like, okay.
Yeah, that just sound like people be talking about they getting cheap flights. I'm like,
But
that just sound like so much
yeah,
work.
and the price, like, if I was to do 2 hops, so it was like from JFK to Barcelona or something, it would have been just 2 hops. But that was like 506 US, and then the one with like 3 hops, it was like 338 US. But I'm just here like, the amount of traveling, I'm bound to probably miss a flight. If one flight is delayed by any particular amount of time,
Yeah,
I'm
it's
dead.
over.
I'm dead.
Yeah, I feel like the more connecting flights you have, the more
Your chances.
you
And
have
it was
at
also
something messing up.
it was also on different airlines, and that I don't trust that at all. At all.
Yeah,
At all. At all. At all.
don't-
At all.
I don't know what now. I feel like people. I mean, it's one thing to save money when you're flying, but I don't know. I feel like people go through so much trouble to travel,
Yeah.
and then the same amount of trouble they have to go through, like in a business or something that can have more impact
Yeah.
later down.
Yeah.
They don't like that.
I don't mind having like one layover, but I'm not transferring airports, and your airport is on the opposite side of the city, which it is 90% of the time.
And you're not even speaking the language.
Yeah, especially like if it was maybe like England, where I know I have family, so I can organize with them. Hey, if I
And they speak English.
yeah, and they also speak English, can be like, I need a transfer to, let's say, from Heathrow to Gatwick.
Yeah.
I'm just like,
And also
Auntie.
those people at the airports, the taxis are
Yeah,
trained to
sure.
like take you on longer routes. So you have to pay more money.
Yeah. I'm just
stuff
call my
like that.
cousin. I'm just say like, yo, auntie, yo, you could take me to Gatwick. Yeah, sure, no
Oh,
problem.
no.
Instead of Paris, I don't know where.
All I know is wee wee. That is it.
I don't know.
I know wee wee and Pink Panther has taught me hamburger. And that is it.
I don't
That's all
know
I
where
can
you
speak.
taking me. I'm just hoping. I'm jumping in your car, and I'm just hoping you take me to the airport.
Yeah, that's it.
that I
But I don't know.
desire to go
I'm
to.
very well on traveling right now. I feel like I don't like the idea of traveling knowing that when I reach back home,
You have to
I'm not
quarantine.
going. Huh?
You have to quarantine. Is that it?
No,
Or-
not even quarantining. I think it's. I feel like people there's this big pedestal on traveling,
Mhm.
right? And your situation at home might not be the best,
Yeah.
but you fight up to go and say, "Oh, I went to this place.
Mhm.
I went to this place."
Yeah.
But when you come back home,
Pain and sorrows.
it's pain and sorrows. I feel like my life needs to be at a certain point
Mhm.
first, right?
Before you can do
Before I could be like willingly just
Travel.
want to travel
Yeah.
as often as I see other people traveling.
that. Mm.
I don't want to put myself in a position where at any point
Mhm.
where if me doing something to keep up with somebody else
Mhm.
would set me back.
Mm.
Because that's why I'm like, I don't really there's literally not many things
Mm-hmm.
in the world that I care for. Like no,
Yeah.
like literally, it's like not many things. It's like I care about food because I need to survive.
Yeah.
Like there's very basic things that I care about,
Mm-hmm.
but traveling I don't care about. Um, even anything with the car. I was telling you about getting the Urus.
Yeah.
I don't really care. It's like it'll be cool to have it,
Yeah. But it
but it's
isn't
like
like a
I
main.
don't really care. Like having a house to my name
Mm-hmm.
is a big deal for
Is
me.
as a higher
But it's like
pedestal than.
I don't even want. Yeah, I would rather say having a house for sure.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't even need to be a big house. It could be a house on a smaller side. But you know, if I
Yeah.
can say that is mine, but I don't want to set back myself to keep up with the social media world
Mm-hmm.
or like just people in general or you know,
Yeah.
or like I know there's people that they want to have certain lifestyles,
Mm-hmm.
which is totally fine, but I feel like you shouldn't be
Going out of your way, so to.
going out of your way to then have to be struggling in a sense when you get back.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah, I just
Me
that idea is
personally,
just weird to me.
I realized like I would be like talking about a trip that I would have gone on, and be like, oh yeah, I had this experience, and then I'd be like, oh yeah, I think I have pictures, and then
And
when I
that thing wanting to one up everybody.
yeah, I get you. But
Things are so things. The world is weird to me. If I can make a documentary, I feel like that'll literally be
because
it.
like when I have
The world
traveled to
is
the
weird. That'll be
when
my
I've
documentary
traveled,
name.
people is like, but you ain't tell me you're going out to the country. I'm just like,
Yeah, 'cause
okay.
they want things.
Yeah, I'm like, okay. But like, and then I would be like, they were like, you take any pictures? I'll go back and I'll check. I
Nazi.
have little to no pictures to prove.
It's
And
like
it's like, that's why I told you I'm
no,
more.
but in my head, I'm like, oh gosh, why we had to get into this today, boy? Nah. But in my head, I'm like, you see people that are always on their phones.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like,
Yeah.
I have a brain. I mean, it mightn't be the smartest brain, it mightn't be the best one on the market, but I have a brain that works, and I
Yeah.
can remember some things.
Yeah.
If I went somewhere, I can remember what happened.
Yeah.
It's not like something I need to take a picture of
Mm-hmm.
for the memories,
Yeah.
quote unquote, because you can't see me doing my air quotes. But like for the memories of the post, it's like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, I'm
I
gonna
went
be any
there, it
moment. I'm gonna be any
happened.
moment. Yeah.
It's like not the biggest deal because I know a lot of millions of other people that have been there. Like I don't want to downplay it, but it's like I don't feel like I need to do these things to keep up with anybody or to
Yeah.
share with anybody.
Cause like when I go back to like when I went to the States, right? Like when I would go back to if I was to go back to those pictures, they are some of the most random pictures, but it's pictures that I so like be a shoe at a store that I saw
yeah,
and I thought
It'll
about
be-
getting it.
that would be my thing.
And I was
It'll be
like-
stupidest pictures you've seen.
And then they would be like, or like I have this one on my phone of the New York subway. It's like a 2 second clip and it's just a train going like shee, and that's the end of the video. I'm just like, when did I take this? What was this for? But it was
Yeah.
more than likely someone probably asked me where I was, and I'm like, oh, here. And those are like what I have in terms of pictures
Mm-hmm.
of that place. It's like, what are you doing right now?
Yeah,
This is what I'm doing right now. Because I would like take for instance, like if I'm talking to you about doing
don't-
something, I would send you a picture and it's just like me pointing at the screen. That's most of the stuff from that period.
Oh, yeah.
Because most of the time I'm in the moment.
I can't take on my phone.
Because like take for instance,
I went to some event and I took out my phone to record something. I was like, dog, I don't know how people do this, you know.
Yeah.
I felt so awkward. I was like, I felt like a creep. I'm like, this makes no sense. I just put
Yeah.
my phone. I never took out my phone for yesterday night.
same thing for Tobago. When I
took
went
it out
across.
to message people, and that was it.
Same thing when I went across to Tobago. I carried my camera. Probably took pictures one day. One day.
I don't know. I can't keep up with the fast life of feeling the need. Like I don't feel the need to share
Every single thing.
everything that goes on in my life. I don't really need to share
Dude, I take
just things in general that go on. Like, obviously, I'll talk to people behind the scenes and be like,
Mhm.
you know, I'll have my friends and I'll be excited to them, but
Yeah.
I don't really need to post on social media like, oh yeah, I did this,
Yeah.
I did this. I feel like when I buy the house,
Yeah.
I will be like, oh yeah, I did this. I would want to caption it. I thought a broke boy said something.
You said what now?
You say, what now? You see this house? You see what I did? You already know what's going on.
Yeah, I get you.
Nah. I mean, I don't know. It's just like just things like that. I just feel like it'll be funny to post it like out of
Yeah.
kicks because it'll be things that I've seen people do before. Like when I see people who were down bad getting money,
Yeah.
and it's like, oh yeah, I have this now. You can
like-
flex. It's like, but then don't disrespect anybody else
Who's
still trying
still
to
working at it?
who's still working out and still trying to get their money up. Like you were there at one point.
Yeah. And
Just relax. You were rocking the same fake jewelry that they are rocking right now. It's fine. You just upgraded and got real ones. You put diamonds in it or whatever.
I still
But
don't
I don't
see
just feel the need to like
Yeah.
want to get everything right now and feel the need to share. Like I could understand documenting the process of doing things, and that's fine because that's technically what we're doing right now.
Exactly. I know what to say.
But
Just
it's
like
like
we do here.
I don't feel the need to be like
Every 2 seconds.
every 2 seconds. This is what I have. This is what I'm doing. Like I understand like promoting myself,
Yeah.
but I don't feel the need to share like this is what I have done.
Like you
I
wouldn't
am-
believe the amount of like short clips or snippets that I would post like throughout the day. Not even, I don't even post them. Like I would just take random videos of me.
Yeah, my
doing
Insta stories makes no sense.
No, like, but I don't even. That's the thing. I don't post them. Like, I would. My sister's seen me like videotaping me doing some of the most random things in my house, and like I would do it on WhatsApp, and then I would just delete it afterwards. Like I wouldn't even post it. Like I would like videotape it and then click back, and then she's like, "What are you doing?" I'm just like,
I
"I
don't
don't
know.
know." Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like
No
I
idea.
recorded it. It felt good for like 2
Recording it,
seconds,
and
and as
then-
soon as I let go record, it was like,
All right, I got
this
that
is
out.
stupid.
Like, all right, I got that out.
Yeah.
Same thing for when you left the car when you went into the print shop. Like I took like 3 or 4 videos, deleted all of them instantaneously. I was just like, yeah, the song hitting. I videotaped myself and then I deleted it.
Oh, I don't know. I just this social media world is a very
Yeah.
interesting and weird world. I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't know.
Because like
I have a
even
whole weird view on it.
even all the pictures that I had on my Instagram of all my little adventures around the
I just
world.
post things because I got bored on my Instagram. I just post because I get
It's like, yeah,
bored.
this place kind of quiet.
It's
Let me-
literally nothing more than what it is. Like
Yeah. I want to try.
I don't even know if I've posted stuff of me working with Turner on my
No.
personal page. I think I just reposted his
Yeah.
stuff. Like I just post stuff like when I get bored. I'm like, they would post when they're ready.
Yeah.
I kind of on to the next thing right now.
I
yeah.
want to try doing for the month of March.
Yeah,
You know, we were speaking about trying to become more active
yeah. I
For the-
actually have.
for the month of
I'm planning a shoot with a girl called Jordan.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's for next week Friday. That's that. Or
No,
some-
that
okay, that's
is
something else.
actually a client
Oh,
shoot
okay.
with Bene Carib. I never know how to say their name because I have people say Bene Carib and then some people say Bene Caribe. So I'm just kind of like I don't know.
Okay,
But
okay.
this is the same. I met them through the girl that I met in my math class.
Okay.
I think I told you about it, right? I don't know if I shared it on the podcast where I was literally just in a math class and I would just be the one to just talk in the class because I don't know, math just kind of came a little easier to me
Mm-hmm.
than other people. So I would just sit in the class and have fun and just
let the time
talk
pass. Let the time pass.
and just let the time pass. And I just saw the page and I messaged and the girl that runs the social media happened to be in my math class.
Okay.
So after class, she just pulled me aside and she was like, what was this? But she showed me the phone where it's like you got caught with screenshots kind of cheating kind of thing.
Yikes.
Like, you know what I mean? It's like what was this?
Oh, yeah.
Right? And I was like, I don't know. What is this? And I
Yikes.
read it and I was like, oh yeah,
All
that's
right.
you. Yeah, I would love to work with y'all at some point. Just let me know if you're free, if
Serious.
you're looking for somebody. And I was like, nice. and that was it. So that's how I met her.
Okay. I So yeah, for the month of March, I'm gonna try posting one picture for every week. One picture a week. That's the most you'll get in.
Planning a shoot is hard though.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can talk about that in our next episode because I feel like
coming up with a concept is
like most of the times I have concepts. I don't have.
Okay.
It's finding
all the
the
parts,
right person.
Yeah. Okay. So all the moving parts.
I
that
generally
goes
have
into
a location and an idea, but it's finding the person and then making sure that they have the right clothes that I want to match this
for
theme.
me, it's just.
But that's
everything.
a very long discussion for another day.
Yeah. For me, is
we could probably
it's all the moving parts for me. We can talk about this next week with our next guest. Our next guest, for sure.
Well,
if
there's an issue. So it's not next week.
Man, when he comes.
The weekend after. So not this coming week, but the weekend after. We'll talk to
our next guest.
Our guest about it.
Yeah, I think that... I'm make a note
we're
of...
We're not snitching on names right now. But yeah, just prepare your questions.
I'm gonna type this up in a moment.
We'll give out the name next week for sure. So if people have questions, because I feel like people will be kind of interested in that one. For
the myth, the legend.
The myth, the legend.
Jeez.
I feel like we're giving out too much info.
Nah, that's it. Just the myth and the legend.
Yeah. We'll call them the myth and the legend.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, that's it for now. What do we talk about? Because you have the brain, and I just like to talk.
I don't really have much else.
What did we talk about? What are we going to? No, we've spoken past like an hour now.
Yeah, that's why you.
Nah.
In my head, I'm
what
like,
do we talk about?
I'm like, I don't really have much else to say. We've spoken about,
Oh, big up Yelena.
Yeah, Jan, what's up?
Big up again. Yeah.
So yeah, mentioning Jan, of course.
We have to mention her twice because we missed 2.
Yeah.
And we missed to make up for it. So I think we mentioned her 3 times now to make up for the last 2 times, as well as this time.
The 2 weeks and this
week.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah. So I think Jan is secured.
So shooting with Fashion Focus magazine.
Yeah.
The importance. Well, not the importance, but the way
in which
the way in which networking and carrying yourself may have contributed to.
No, but just in general, how you carry yourself,
is also important. Yes.
It's also important.
Wanting to quit photography and keeping yourself from, becoming demotivated, or when you do become demotivated, what steps or what things you do to, come up out of that little rut or hole, if you want to call it. And then getting new clients, either
and
you
traveling.
reaching out
We also
and then
talk about
traveling. Yeah, also. And then with the traveling and, people's obsession when they travel, to share every moment, of that travel. I understand that they want to share.
No, but just in general, just talking about, the
obsession with social media.
And feeling
and trying to one-up people.
Yeah.
With social media. But
we could talk about managing money at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People say I stingy with money, but... We'll get into that at a different date.
I'm definitely poor with my money, but I'm working on that for sure.
People just like, you real cheap, and I will get into that at another.
Yeah, but that's for next day. I think that's it. What do we do to sign out again? I genuinely forget. You also clips.
Yeah.
So we did say that we'll post clips.
We do have clips.
We have one clip.
We have a clip.
that was posted and it went up in like a weird format because just how I exported it, which is fine. But we just didn't want to have the same image of our face over and over and over.
It's gonna get confusing after a while.
Amen. We didn't want to have that. So we'll just do something with the title. And just title the clip as like the main center thingy
for that clip.
Yeah, for that clip. So it will be where the picture was, that will now be text saying what the clip is discussing.
Okay. So
and then it will have the little logo at the top, our where to listen, and then that's it.
Okay, so like even for today, like if we were to make a clip for today, traveling and the obsession with social media.
Yeah, obsession with social media, something like that.
Yeah, okay.
And then it'll have like the little links. So, that's it.
Usually
we'll see you all in the next episode. You can follow us on social media.
Sign
Follow
in.
us at From the Ground Up
Yeah.
Podcast. I think it's 1P, not
No, it's
UPPODCAST.
up
It's
up
UPOD.
up
Yeah.
podcast.
Yeah, it just
Upcast.
flowed better
Yeah.
and it just looked nicer on Instagram. Also, I
Mhm.
couldn't get the name, but let's not talk about that. Yeah, you can follow us on social media From the Ground Up Podcast. Follow me at Jabari David on Instagram
You can
and
follow
Jabari
me
underscore
underscore Matthew.
Matthew
There you go.
on
Hey, he
Instagram.
remembered. Wow, that's
And
crazy.
yeah, share with your friends and all of that good stuff.
This is Jabari.
And Jabari.